Alphino is a man with a great deal on his mind.
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal? Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Mhigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Mhigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lys. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamegan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lys's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Mhigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am! You know I'd like nothing more!
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
As if you had to ask, lady. Let's go.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there. I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well.
I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming, but we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
All right. Sounds good. Are you ready, Lise? Excellent. Let's go.
Ready, my friend? Well then. Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Girabania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamegan resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's Toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. That all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate, together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
"1,000 moms apart, yet united in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavors meet with success. Shall we then?" Wait, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Lise, could you come with me? Me? What now? Alright then, if you insist. Oh no, she's got a new outfit for her. When we see Lise again, she'll be an entirely new person. Well, she still has the leggings. What do you think? As you can see, I designed it to be light and loose, an outfit tailor-made to the needs of a skilled fighter like these. Your work never ceases to impress. Much and much more of this, and I might have to stop introducing you to the Scion as the Scion's receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely, Tataru. Thank you. I feel like I could take on a legion. Glad to hear it. And with that, I'll delay you no longer. Safe travels. and onward to Girabania. Our first stop will be at Amorato del Spire in the East Shroud. Let's go. We've got Imperials to kill. Let's go. Alright, let's go. We have another one over there that's, I think, hard or extreme. Lightning guy. Thunder Boy. Ramu. All are present and accounted for. When you are ready, my friend, pray inform the officer that we wish to proceed to Girabania. We want to go to Girabania. Ah, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall? Yes, let's go. Alright then.
I remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us. Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
Hell yeah, let's do it. Oh, good old Ralbon. Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to Castrum Oriens. Thank you, General. We were relieved to hear that your forces secured the wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempts to retake the Castrum since then? None. Save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols, we've had barely any contact with them. But we all know it's just a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking us at Baelsar's wall wasn't enough, Ilberd summoned a primal right on their doorstep, and Garlemald does not like to let such shows of defiance go unanswered. 'Twas a declaration of war, even if it was not Ilberd's to make, and now we are bound by it, for weal or woe. The Scions stand ready to serve, General. What would you ask of us? As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Alamegan people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. I won't let you down, I swear. Then I leave it to you. Godspeed. Ha! Of all the Castra in the world, you walk into mine. Master Garlemald. Master Garland. What brings you here? A certain missing Alamegan weapon in Draconic Primal, Omega and Shinryu. I think the Shinobi call it. Anyway, we've been studying their trail of destruction and hoping it might lead us somewhere, which has singularly failed to do. Then 'tis like Omega fell to earth in occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engaged the stasis system, assuming that the command was received and executed successfully. The weapon will be of no use to them, assuming. We should hurry up and find it regardless. See you, Captain. See you, General. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If we want to press on into Girabania, we need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. Everyone just nods. At least now it's not like everyone nods at once. Or like, it's like, look at one person, or FF14, the Mexican styled soap opera, where you see everyone's reaction one by one. As you probably heard, there are plenty of factions in the Resistance, so I'm taking us to see the one with the most influence. Their headquarters are located in a place called Ralger's Reach, an old temple to the east of here, across the Velodina River. I learned a route that should allow us to avoid Imperial patrols. Stick with me, and we'll be there before you know it. Oh, all right. All right, where are we going? Oh, cool. Gotcha. All right, we can't fly yet. Don't worry, well, that's a Leshy? Man. They've gotten big since Pathfinder 2nd edition. Alright, so... Still with me? Good. From here, we'll head northeast towards the river. The water's not too deep, so we won't have to swim. Alright. Well, she's a big boy. A gazelle hawk, huh? Sounds good. So, how did you guys all like Stormblood when you played through it? As I said before, I have a friend who wasn't quite a fan of it. It seemed to lose part of itself, I suppose, for him. I don't see any soldiers. Good. Let's cross. If you're wondering about the tower to the south, it's part of Castellum Villadina. That's what the Imperials decided to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I call it a great big eyesore. I call it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you can see the rotten banner from absolutely palms away. Never miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come on, we should keep moving. We should keep moving. Holy crap, it's a saltwater crocodile! Those things in North Australia are complete bastards. Stay away from them. Stay away from them at all costs. Fopper. That mother fopper. Lesser Gagana. I'm doing well. How are you, Kaiju Maiku? Just starting Stormblood. Okay, we can go either way. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, very nice. Sounds good. Well, thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoy the streams. Let's see. On Saturdays and Sundays, I try to stream Epic 14 or so, and then on Mondays, I stream Elden Ring with friends. At least, what are we up to? Oh, very nice. We're here. On the other side of this pass is Ralga's Reach. So you say. But all I see are rocks. I presume there's some sort of trick to this. Indeed, a glamour. Good eye, Ishtola. I take it they have a talented mage in their ranks. Or mayhap an artificer, trained in the modification of glamour prisms? Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. Oh, and before we go in, I don't know if Tataru told you, but my friend Nago, the messenger who came to the Rising Stones, is a member of this faction. So, they'll know us, and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way, and don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. Yeah, All Saints Wake. Yeah, I did that. I think that's up on the YouTube channel now. And with a sprinkle of demasking dust, all is laid bare. Yeah, we did All Saints Wake just a little bit ago. I think we did that last week. Alright, to Ralga's Reach we go. It was pretty nice. I like how they... Oh.
I remember the old stories. How the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Ralga's Reach, a holy place and a fitting home for the resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Mhigo. They were waiting for us there, men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost, for what could be ours again.
Yeah, the Halloween event was really nice. I like how they used Papa Gruff from last year's Halloween event. And yeah, it's pretty nice. I like how he wasn't just a complete jerk or anything like that. I also like that no one actually won their little contest. So, that was nice. Yeah, they're taking Void Scent and making them into decent, upstanding people. It's great. Let's see. Yeah, and how far are you in Stormblood, by the way? Just out of curiosity. I mean, how far are you in FF14? Kaiju Maiku. Well, Kaiji Maiki. My goodness. Kaiji Maiku. Yes. You'll forgive us for our you'll forgive us our preparations, but we couldn't be sure who had crossed the barrier. You see, for now, we see you now for who you are. There, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Well, Conrad. The question is, Conrad, whether you're the Conrad from 40K or the Conrad from Heart of Darkness. Let's find out. Now, I know you would not have come all this way unless you had something important to discuss, and I am eager to hear what you have to say. But let us not do it on our doorstep, eh? Come with me. Alright then. To Ralga's Reach, and to speak with Comrade we go. Or Conrad. So, there's this fun thing, a little bit of history. So, I believe it was in Afghanistan, several thousands of years ago, they made a bunch of Buddha statues, I think it was. And those things had stood for thousands, or at least 1,000 years, probably thousands of years. Then when the Taliban came into power, a lot of history groups declared those statues a world historical location and asked the Taliban to not destroy them. And the Taliban agreed to destroy them. The Taliban agreed to not destroy them. And fast forward like a decade, and they just rolled up tanks and shot the statues of Buddha until they were completely gone. So you can't go see those statues anymore, unfortunately. I mean, if you wanted to go to Afghanistan. Alright. Hi, Conrad. What's up?
Allow me to welcome you once more to Ralga's Reach, our humble headquarters. My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades. Before I speak of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lys, and Papalymo at great risk to yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, about the mask and...
Don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalymo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back. When Mhigo told us what had happened, How the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual. By Rolger, it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir. To see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that.
And you gotta do this, and this, and this.
So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Kemp. Take all the time you require.
They're just like, are these guys serious? What in the world are these? It's a helmet. Well, too bad I can't wear any of them. Now, the life of a Viera, right? So, it would seem we find ourselves with a surfeit of free time. Forgive me. You are free to look around Ralga's Reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. It'll give you a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kemp. I believe we will do just that. Let us make the most of this opportunity and assess the Resistance's capabilities. Free to poke our noses wherever so we wish, eh? I like the sound of that. Well, I already know this place inside and out. I can show you around if you like, Fed. Great. Let's get started. Let's do this. Alright. I have a feeling we're going to be spending a lot of time here. Just a feeling. Alrighty. Let's go see what Lise has for us. I'll bet you'll think the Resistance is mostly made up of Alamegan Highlanders like me, but the truth is, we don't even account for half. We have the Hell's Guard from all the way over by the spine in here, and plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Nago. There's even some Beastmen, Beastwomen, I suppose. Like the one over there. She's an Ananta. They've been with us for a while now. Well, one of the smaller factions has. The rest won't have anything to do with us. We're no different from the Garleans to them. They keep to themselves, spending all their time crafting. Ananta makes the most amazing jewelry, by the way. They'll use up magics to twist metal and crystal into shapes you wouldn't believe. It's a pity people hardly ever get to see their work, but most of them don't even know they exist. That's enough about them, anyway. Let's take a closer look at the statue of Ralgar, shall we? Yeah. It's a Naga of sorts. I see. So that is the beast person she was talking about. So unlike your Choka... Oh yeah, they have to be flying for you to take them towards water. That makes sense. So the Ananta are the beast people. Sounds good. I assume that the majority of the time, whenever people come to hit a new expansion, they just spend the bulk of their time there and never... And like most people in Stormblood wouldn't necessarily head back to Heavensward. So they wouldn't head back to Ishgard for much. Aside from maybe activating the... harder raids or something like that. Anyway, Kobold? Yes, Kobold, I think. No, Goblin. Those are goblins. Statue of Relgar. Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The Breaker of Worlds, who guided our ancestors to these lands all those centuries ago. Ada used to tell me the story on stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. At the end of the 5th Astral Era, when the waters rose higher and higher, people from all across Eorzea beseeched the heavens for a sign, and lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky, and led the way to those mountains of Garabania. Those who were saved by his grace pledged to honor him and revere him, to devote themselves to great works without and within. A storm of blood approaches fast. Hell's open, heavens weep. For no one soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. That last part was inscribed on the stone by a monk of the Fist of Ralgar. Ada explained it to me. A day will come, bringing strife and sorrow that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation, make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I have to believe that everything we've been through, everything that's led us to this point, will see us through to the end. Yeah, sorry. That was a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary. Off to the infirmary, we said. We just needed a bath, you know. Now the big question is this essentially their cistern, or is this their, well, you'll figure it out. Alright, so. Lise, what you got? Is that their cistern or their latrine? This is the infirmary, as you can probably tell. Here's where the resistance healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. No matter how carefully we planned our operations, casualties were inevitable. It's a sad thing to think about, but it's also important to remember the cost, as Conrad would say. We should go. I'll show you the Aetheryte Plaza next. Yeah, so Kaiji Maiku, how far are you in Epo 14 at this point? Are you still in A Realm Reborn, Heavensward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, Endwalker? How far along are you? No, when you've seen one Aetheryte, you've seen them all, right? Not quite. This one's an older design, dating back decades, to the first to when the Fist of Ralga was still here. It may look a little different, but it works as well as any other. I'll show you where the Sutlers are next, but don't forget to attune to the Aetheryte before we go. I guess, older design. Alright, to the Sutlers. Armor, potions, you name it. These folks have got it. The Resistance would be in a bad way without brave merchants to keep it provisioned. If you're short on anything, or you need something repaired, these are the people to speak to. Yep, those two right there, Alizair and Alphino. Oh, Alphino and Alizair are here. Why don't we see how they're getting on? Sounds good. Let's see. I mean, these are the most that I played? Independent Mender, Independent Merchant, Materia Melda. Alright, Alizair, what you got? Oh, nice. These are straight upgrade. No, wait. That's right. We are wearing a item that's both hat and chest piece. So it's not actually an upgrade. Come to take the measure of our friendly neighborhood merchants? Aye. They're a bold lot, that much is plain. If the Imperials found out they were peddling their wares to the Resistance, they would be lucky to escape with their lives. 'Tis a gamble, aye. I admire their courage, but their motives could hardly be said to be altruistic. Ah, here you are. I've been looking all over for you. We finished discussing your proposal and are ready to receive you all back at the tent. I've sent someone to fetch Ishtola and Kryl, so if you'd like to follow me. I need to change my background to Stormblood now. It's covering up my chat box.
Thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus. I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the Eorzean Alliance's proposal. You must understand, however, that our cooperation comes with certain caveats.
Those caveats being...
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance. But the Resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. The men and women in my care belong to but one of many factions. Simply put, I can only speak for the people of Rolga's Reach. Now, I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree, but it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
Much obliged. But that's not the whole of it. As you can imagine, the loss of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers. Some of our most trusted veterans died at the wall, and we've had to fill their posts with the young and inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
Be
Ishtola and I could lend a hand in the infirmary. From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
I had something else in mind for you lot. Mhigo and Mefrid will tell you more.
Understood. We won't let you down.
Alright, sounds good. Alize, what you got? Right then. Mhigo and Mefrid are to be our keepers. Knowing not what they require, one task is as good as the other. Make your choice, then. Sounds good. The Aether Compass may now be used to locate Aether Compass, just like you did in Heavensward. Alright, sounds good. So the color over here, I think we have to do both of these, so let's start with this one. At the risk of repeating myself, it is hard for me to believe that we'd meet again here, of all places. Though I reckon you probably don't remember me after all this time. Of course I remember you. You're from, not Little Mhigo, but Gridania. I'm impressed. Given everything you went on to accomplish, you say you'd be forgiven for forgetting all about your time at Quarry Mill. Suffice it to say, we didn't forget about you either, nor the lives you saved. As for me, I went to Little Mhigo while Galen was recovering. Gundabald was my former commander and an old friend, and I had a lot on my mind. In the end, I decided to disband our unit. I told the men to live their lives as they saw fit. Some chose to remain in Little Mhigo, others went to Ul'dah for work. But, as you can see, I chose to come back to Girabania and join Conrad and the others. I've kept busy since then, ferrying people and provisions across the border and back. It's not been easy, but it's been fulfilling. Today, however, we'll be heading east into the peaks. Conrad thinks we might have luck finding new recruits in the village of Alagana. Alagana? If you're going there, you're taking me with you. Ah, that's right. You're from Algana, aren't you, Lys? By all means, we'd welcome your company. There'll be more to it than just asking around, but we can talk about that on the way. Make your preparations and meet me by the tunnel back to the peaks. She's like, hell yeah. And you, what you got? Before we begin, I'd like to thank you and the Scions again for patching me up after I bled all over your floor. I owe you my life, and I won't forget that. Furthermore, it was rude of me to run off without saying a word. It's all well and good me claiming my duties here couldn't wait, but a parting thank you was, at the very least, you deserved my apologies. Yeah, no worries. And thank you. Now to business. Commander Kemps entrusted me with a formal reply to be hand-delivered to the Alliance leadership. It covers everything we've discussed, as well as detailing the disposition of our forces. What I need is an escort, 1 or 2 men at most, so that we can make it to the wall swiftly and without attracting undue attention. Very well. I shall join you in this. General Alden commands the forces of Castramorians. It should be simple enough to see it to his hands. Ah, great. That's just what I wanted to hear. When you're ready to depart, meet me at the path leading out of the Reach. I have to kill everyone on the way there. They all must die. We just have wild eyes. Kill them. Alright, so we have these 2 quests. Oh, right. That's the other one. So, yes, we have a friend in need, and then the other one that we took. Sounds good either way, let's go. So, how have you all been? Hope you have all been well. What? Ah, yes. Mifrid. Let's go, Mifrid. Let's do this. Ah, that's weird. Alright, this tunnel will take us all the way to the peaks. We're on a mission for Conrad to Algana. Clear the barricade if you would. Aye, sir. Shouldn't take more than a moment. There's more villagers there than out here, but also more Imperials keeping a close eye on things. We'll need to tread carefully, or kill them all. You know, either one works. Like, stay this then. Out to the peaks we go.
I remember the peaks of Girabania. Silent watchmen that would stand long after we were gone. We came seeking allies to join us in the fight against the Empire. People who had had enough. People who had suffered every possible indignity. Who had been treated like animals, day after day after day.
Yeah, that'll probably piss people off. Make them come out here. We've a glamour in place here too, as you may have noticed. So far as the Imperials are concerned, this is not more than a testament to the savage impulses of a lesser race. Remember though, once we leave these ruins, we'll have no glamours to conceal us. The village is to the east. Keep watch for patrols as we move. Indeed. We can't fly yet. Probably won't be able to fly into the very end of the expansion. Tends to be how that goes. Normal game is you can't fly. Post game is you can fly. Alright. What you guys got? They're an Imperial in sight. That's a mercy. Algana's due east, past the bridge. Follow me. It's not much further. Well, alright then. Let's make our way over there. Yeah, but 14's a pretty good game. It's been a while since I actually played any of it. So it's always good to get back in. You can rest easy. We've made it. This is Algana. Feels strange coming home. Coming home like this. I was imagined it would be... Oh, sorry. That has nothing to do with why we're here. We need recruits. Aye, we do. But as I said back at the Reach, it's a little more complicated than just asking for volunteers these days. As you know, we're short-handed because many of our people were taken in by the Griffin's promises and went to the wall, never to return. It wasn't just them, though. Folks from all over, including some of my former comrades, answered his call to arms. As for why we came to this particular village, it's rumored that Algana lost a few youths as well. If there's truth to that, then there could be others sympathetic to our cause. Then again, after the Griffin's betrayal, they may be suspicious of outsiders claiming allegiance to the Resistance, and rightfully so. So, with all that in mind, how are we supposed to convince them to join? I mean, I knew it wouldn't be so simple as giving a speech in the village square. Not if you didn't want the place to be burned to the ground, no. You might as well piss in the Viceroy's eye. We need to be a good deal more circumspect than that. You never know when an Imperial spy is listening. We must speak with the Elder first. I know for a fact that he can be trusted. We'll listen to what he has to say and decide what to do after that. Sounds like a plan. Let's hope that there's still some brave men and women willing to fight. Alright, Murford. Let's do this. Ragnfrid, the village elder, is over by the shore. No time like the present. Let's have a word. So somebody... Oh, I think that's a crafter, right? They were crafting. Either way. Either eyes. Why stay this? Let's get it taken care of. Hi, Ragnfrid. I don't know, you traveler. You a merchant? You're not find much custom here. Greetings and well met, Elder. And sincere apologies that I did not send word ahead of our travel. Too long have I been away from our